Gambia, by Gambia, Latin David is well, Sinjai Senior, and
A low-key introduction on a truly modest homecoming after an emotional trip to Scandinavia. These are men who have carved distinctive careers of their own in groups and bands that made names for themselves in the Banjul of old. But after decades of near silence, it seems some of the legends of the great musical bands of the 70s and 80s are trying to relive the good old days. The roll call here would fill many with nostalgia. In the middle and wheelchair bound is the one-two great of Gambian Afropop music, Usunjai Senior of the Super Eagles band.
dañu fi toog rek ay xale yu ndaw yoo xam ne ñun bi ñu fee nekkee musique ñoo daan dugg ci danse yi di for butéel oo ñu ne dañ ñu bëgg a sargal terangal ñu fayal ñu ticket utal ñu visa fayal ñu pass ba Norway ñun juróom-ñetti nit mu nekk ale lu bare.
Representing the Sotokoto band is Laingom, once referred to as the Prince of Gambian music, and by Janha, the once great composer behind all that was great about the classics of the old times. Accompanying them was another legend, Modern Jai Biri, the greatest football expert to have come from the Smiling Coast. And providing the soundtrack to the introduction was the man who until today remained a distinguished figure in Gambian music promotion, Okudrame. This was a return like no other in the careers of these men. But what is so unique about their trip, and can the once all-conquering boys and now legendary old men of the great iconic music bands of the 70s and 80s stage a comeback and rewrite the history of Gambian music and their own stories?
We were called to be awarded. I mean, what they usually organize is the Gambia National Week, done by the Gambia Association there in Norway. I mean, which coincided with our visit. But they've been doing that now for 33 years, as far as we understand. But overall, like I said, it has been very entertaining, very successful, and we're very proud of them, to be quite honest.
For these men, it is a step back deep into a glorious but yet largely unfulfilled potentials for most of them. At their peak, they did conjure some truly magical classics. And were the pride of Senegambia and beyond. They kept dropping some hugely popular folk songs, deep-rooted traditional songs which had so much meaning and found places in the hearts of their many adoring fans. The disintegration of their bands brought with it the gradual fading of the momentum of Gambian music, and Senegambia lost its bright spark, and the story of the all-boy bands in the Gambia was brought to a temporary halt. There are hopes that this trip can become that bright spark